Let's see, am I live? Oh, hey, y'all. Okay, I am live. All right, y'all. I am trying to figure out how to do this on my phone. Y'all, bear with me because I'm always doing this from my computer, and it's different when you do it on your phone because the phone screen's different. It says that there are 3 people here, and I'm just pressing buttons. So I think I put something in here about joining StreamYard. I have no clue what I pressed. But okay, I'm seeing y'all. Hey everybody. Happy Tuesday. Let's see. Can y'all hear me okay? Because I am in my car. I am on my phone. I'm usually in my office. And I said, let me try something different. I'm going to talk to y'all live and direct while I am on the go. Y'all can hear me okay? Okay, y'all can hear me? Okay, awesome. Yay. Yeah, so first of all, I'm on my phone. If the connection is not so great, hey, I'm trying. Second of all, I said let me talk to y'all because I usually I'll be like, I want to talk to y'all about something. And I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go live, I'll go live, and then I don't go live. And I'm like, no, now is not the time to just sit on whatever it is that I feel is important to talk to y'all about. And there is something that is bothering me that I've been seeing a lot of content around. And maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the algorithm. I don't know if you guys are seeing this, but I'm seeing so much content about quitting your 9 to 5. And we talked about it a little bit when I went live last week, but like, doing content creation over a job. And then I'm seeing people talking about, doing gig work over having a job. And I don't know what's going on, but I want to say for like the umpteenth time, because I've always maintained this position, anything like 1099 contractor, anything like Uber, anything like DoorDash, um, stuff where, you're not an employee, that is for extra. Okay, it's extra this. All right. It's for extra, not for your main thing. And unfortunately, there are people who have big platforms on YouTube who are or were telling folks, hey, quit your 9 to 5 and you can do DoorDash. Quit your 9 to 5 and you can do Uber and you can, do whatever and be your own boss and freedom. And I don't want a boss and I'm gonna do what I want to do. And no, you're gonna follow them folks to poverty. Okay. It's so bad that I'm like, I need to say this because I don't want anybody watching my channel to think that that's a thing. Because, I've talked a lot about, these 1099 companies and, working solutions and stuff. But I feel like every single time I always make time to say, these are great ways to add to what you're doing, but by no means, okay, by no means are these things that you want to land on and permanently stay there. Let me see if I can see y'all in the comments. Hey everybody. I'm getting ready to pick up the kids. Had to stop to the store. So let me talk to y'all because I was listening to YouTube. I'm like, I gotta get on here for an emergency live because folks done lost their minds. And yes, now is not the time to quit what you are doing without something else lined up. Now is absolutely not the time. Not at all. Okay, see, we're all on the same page here. We know it's supposed to be supplemental. It's supposed to be, it helps you have a bigger shovel. If you guys like to watch the calls to the Dave Ramsey show, they're always like, sell the house, sell this, sell the that, and get you a side job so you can have a bigger shovel, basically help you dig yourself out of debt. If you're in debt, if you're not in debt, it helps you, put more on the bills. It helps you save up for your vacation fund. It helps you do other things. But by no means do you want to do these gig opportunities as work. Like because let's just think about it for a little bit, okay? Let's just think about it for a moment. I'm looking at what y'all are saying. And it's hard for me to see all the thingies using my phone because I'm not used to it. I'm always on my computer, so forgive me if I don't see y'all's comments. But the thing is, when you're doing gig work, you're not actually an employee. And so the difference between being an employee and someone who's a 1099 contractor, there's a lot of them. I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to get into all of that. But one of the main things is because you're not an employee, you don't have employee rights. So there's no such thing as wage theft when you are a contractor, a 1099 contractor. Now, you can be a contractor and be W-2 status, but we're talking about 1099 contractor roles. You are not an employee. And so anytime you're actually on the job operating, that's where you get compensated. That's why if you notice with these like 1099 call centers, they'll say 28 cents per minute of talk time, per minute of production time. So that's why they aren't entitled to pay you if you're sitting there ready and in place to work, but the phone's not ringing. That's because there isn't that compensation built in because you are a contractor and you get compensated when you're actually in the process of work. Also, no raises, okay? You can't go to your boss. You don't have a boss, remember? Be your own boss is the slogan of a lot of these 1099 companies. And you can't go to anyone and say like, hey, boss, I've been working real hard. I think it's time for me to get a raise. I think, I can take on some more responsibility around here. That doesn't exist with those opportunities, okay? Let's say you feel like you need to start going to the doctor. Got a cough. I need to go to the doc. I need to see if my employer. Wait a minute, I don't have an employer. Okay, it's on you with these 1099 opportunities. So that's the thing. If you're doing 1099 opportunities, because they're not jobs, they're work opportunities, you're not getting raises, you're not getting promotions, you're not getting benefits, you don't get pay time off. There's no uh there's so much missing. So much is missing. And there are people on this platform who it's not working out so well for right now. And they told folks, oh, I don't want a boss. I want to be my own boss. I'm gonna do gig work. You should quit your job and do gig work too. And folks done followed them off it's YouTube, so. And I don't know where this like distaste for having a job came from. Like, y'all know, I say every video, it's your favorite remote work enthusiast. Do you guys know what I am more than? You know what I'm more than I'm an enthusiast of remote work, but you know what I'm even more of an enthusiast of? Let's see in the comments. Do y'all know what I'm more of an enthusiast of, even more than remote work? I wonder if anyone can guess. What am I more of an enthusiast of than remote work? That's right. Having you an honest job. That is what I am more of an enthusiast of than anything. It is just crazy that so many people are anti job, anti work. And people think that being a content creator is easier than having a job. And I mean, maybe if you're just making content and throwing it on up there, but if you want to have longevity, you're going to have to be innovative. You're going to have to like actually talk to your audience and know what they want. You're going to have to spend hours. You, People don't realize that being a content creator, the thing about it is, and I can give you guys a real example because they're talking about gig work and they're talking about content creation and basically everything but going and getting a job. Okay, when you're a content creator, you can work on a video for a very long time. And you can be like, oh man, this is the one. I'm rubbing my hands together. It's about to be good. And that video completely flops. Completely flops. This happened to me millions of times. You want to know something crazy? A few years ago, and so I watched this video. I had made this video. It was about I featured Mod Squad and I want to say Working Solutions in this video because it was like flexible, make your own schedule, something something type jobs. This was a video that I made a few years ago. If I was on my computer, I would show y'all. I remember I was living at my old apartment at the time and I would batch record. So I was filming like 5, 6 videos at a time. I could do that. Didn't have kids at the time. And so in between me switching to a different outfit so that the videos didn't all look the same, I had this idea. Let me just answer in a video a question that I get all the time about, flexible things that you can do from home. And so that video had zero prep work put into it, zero anything put into it. And that is one of the highest viewed videos on my channel. So you can put in hours of research, hours of time to your content, and it flops. And then you can literally be in between shirts for a video and just off the cuff say something, and that video could go viral. And so I point that out for anybody who is trying to do like, anything other than get a job. It's not what you think it is. Like you can't hang your hat on something like that. And I would never tell anyone to do that. There's a lot of voices telling people do gig work, drive Uber, whatever, DoorDash for a living. But like folks are saying here, a lot of these are oversaturated. And these 1099 contractor phone jobs, they're oversaturated too. I'm actually working on a video. I've been sitting on it and I said, you know what? I need to go ahead and release this video. And I updated it because one of the companies actually had me on a wait list when I was trying to find out what is the updated process for getting started with them. They had me on a wait list for 2 months. These are these raggedy 1099 contractor jobs, and they had me on a wait list for 2 months, which just goes to show how many folks are willing to say yes to an amount that a lot of people have expressed. I can't do nothing with that. Somebody's doing something with it. And I said this in the last live that I did. I'm getting ready to have to go because I gotta get the kids. But in the last live I did last week, I said all of these things are great. You know, I would not be a content creator if it wasn't worth my time. Like anything that takes me away from my family has to make sense. So if I was telling y'all don't do these things, don't do them at all, look at me sideways. But what I'm telling folks is you need your steady, go up the ladder, career, job, pays the bills thing, and you can do your gig work, your content creation, selling plates on the side, whatever it is that you do. That's where you really want to be at if you want to win, especially with this recession. Okay? And so I had to get on here and let everybody know, don't fall for the hype. Some people are saying this because it's generating views, and I've been seeing too much of YouTube, and I've been seeing too much of it on TikTok. And, the begging content I had talked about in that last live I did, I'm seeing way too much of that too. I wonder what the correlation is. Nobody's going to send you nothing for you to go get you a pizza or a coffee. You watch my content. I post jobs every day. I didn't post some today. I'll have some later tonight on my website. I was busy doing something today, but I post jobs every single day. There's lots that I provide. So if somebody's on the internet begging, send me a Galaxy, send me something to my PayPal, send them to my channel. Send them a job application. And it is so normal now, which is just ridiculous. Like, what happened? How did we get here? Nobody is paying for you to go get your nails done. Nobody is sending anything for your rent. We all have rent. Go down to the hair store and get you some press-ons. And we just got to call it out, because people are watching thinking, well, maybe this is a viable way to take care of my family. And no, I got to talk from somebody who's actually a content creator and let y'all know having a 9 to 5 is a great thing. Just like that one lady, I don't say names. If you know, you know. She was talking, ain't nobody doing a 9 to 5, and then she was just crying about, I had to go to H&M. Like H&M is slumming it. It's out of hand. Y'all. But yeah, if y'all were ever on the fence, don't be. Okay? There are no free lunches. No. And honestly, I think some of these people might be no, I can't say that on here. I can't say that. Yeah. You work 2 W-2 jobs and DoorDash. Okay. Come on. See, y'all know who I'm talking about. And I don't have anything against these folks, okay? I'm a spectator watching on the okay, but I notice trends, and when folks start talking about work, now we're talking about some stuff that I got to put my 2 cents on, because it's important. We should not look down on honest work. And there seems to be this trend where people are looking down on working a job, and they're acting as if jobs are beneath them, yet begging and crying on the internet about being broke isn't beneath them. Everybody's going to have to work. Yeah. So if y'all and see the way YouTube, their algorithm works is if you watch something and someone mentions something, now the algorithm is just gonna start showing you what you were just watching if someone's talking about something. So I would not be surprised if after you get off of this live, you'll start seeing some of the folks that I'm talking about who, they quit their job to do gig work, and it's just, oh, I can't work a job. I can't. Oh no, I want to be my own boss. I'm gonna DoorDash, I'm gonna do Uber. Everybody quit your job. YouTube's gonna pay all my bills and whatnot. This is what these folks are saying. As soon as you get off of here, you're gonna start seeing it. When you start scrolling, you're gonna see folks say that, and you're gonna know, I'm not following you off the mm-mm. But okay, y'all. I got to go. I got to run into this store. Got to go get the boys and do dinner and all of these wonderful things. And I will send an email if you're not on the email list, because I send emails out every time I post a job, a video, and any other things. Just go to my website and you'll be able to sign up for emails over there. And we're going to post some new leads tonight. So there's not going to be a video tonight, but the new leads will be on my website. So I'll send y'all an email when those are available. But I hope you guys have a safe and blessed day. Hope you guys enjoyed this quick little touch base live session. Enjoy work, figure out how to do what you enjoy, but don't forsake honest work. That's the motto for today. All right. Take care, y'all.